Alright, good morning everybody. It is a Goodwill outlet bins day. I have a class at 10, but the bins open at 8, so I probably have to be here for like an hour. I'm just gonna see if it's like even worth going for an hour because it is early morning for me. I'm currently stopped behind a train, and the bins open in 5 minutes, so I hope it passes. But either way, I'm sure it'll be fine. I will try to film in there, but otherwise I'll just probably either jump to the hall or just videos of clips in there. But again, I do have like only an hour. I need to make it back. Even though my campus is close, but I need to find a parking spot and just a whole bunch of other things. So I'll see you guys either there in the bins or in the hall. Okay, I'm done now. It is 9:21, so I spent just over an hour there. They kind of opened the doors like a few minutes late, which was annoying. I did find some good stuff. I don't think it was as good as my first bins trip. I did not have time to like literally touch any of the clothing. I couldn't look. I know it's like my class isn't for another 40 minutes, and my school's like about 8 to 10 minutes away, depending on traffic. But I shouldn't really want to risk it. Sometimes it's challenging to find parking, and there's just certain events going on this weekend. And it's Friday now, so I'm just gonna go back and hopefully I find a spot, but if not, that's why I have extra time. So I will give you a haul when I get back to my dorm, or later today when I have the time to film one. Alright, hi everybody, back to the haul. So I got 16 items. I spent $27.35, and I think it makes my average cost of goods $1.70 something. So I don't have the exact number at the top of my head, but I only got shoes because that's all I had time for. Again, I didn't have time to touch the clothing. I did get some shoes I'm excited about, and some might have been a questionable decision, so I'm just gonna show you guys some of those. These I saw them and I originally put them back, and then I was like, this style just is so nice. And I know this is not the correct season for these, so these probably are going to sit. One, because this brand typically is not a fast seller for me. I have sold it before. I don't think I've ever actually picked it up to resell, and with I think the times I've sold it, it was given to me, and it hasn't been that often. But these were size 8. They're leather, and the quality on these is just really nice, and the condition is very nice. I like this kind of lug style sole, not quite, but they do have a little bit of sense of use. But this is purposely manufactured distressed leather, intentional distressing, but they're just Clarks. And Clarks is a brand I see all the time. It's a brand I never pick up, but never say never, because I grabbed these. They're size 8. Had it been a size 5, I would have passed on them, but 8 is a really good size to sell. I like these. $1.50 per pound isn't too bad of a price for these. I probably paid under $5 for these. Again, well, with my average cost goes $1.70, but we'll see how those do. I'm excited to try them. I'll probably list them around $50. I looked up comps on those and they were performing okay. So I had this the entire time, and I threw it back because I couldn't find it. They're Olukai, which I don't do well with this brand, I'm not gonna lie, but I've picked it up the last 2 bin strips, and they've both been a Sherpa slipper style, which is interesting. These are a women's size 10. I'm very lucky the style is on here, because I wouldn't know, because it doesn't have a size under the straps, which is interesting, because on the other Olukais I sold, they did have the size, but they say they're a leather upper, and they're the Hyla. Hey you, I don't know, but I look for that fish hook. I don't always pick these up. They don't have too much wear to them. I mean, they weren't worn much because obviously the sticker's still on the bottom, but they just have a little bit of toe wear there. But hopefully I can get 25 for these. Next is another good shoe for this summer. I'm expecting these ones to not sell for a ton. They're just rainbow sandals. I think these are these aren't very popular where I live. They were in Illinois. I never saw people wearing them. I've only found them once in Illinois, but I see them at the bins sometimes, and they're really trashed. But these ones were in nice shape. It looks like they were originally at a Goodwill store for $5, but nobody bought them. I wouldn't have paid $5 for these, but these are a good bins find. I don't know if they'll have the size on these, but I think you can measure them or something, and they have the conversion on their website or something. But anyways, we'll see how these do. These are probably like a men's 10 or 11, probably a list at 25. These are a pair, if you can guess the brand based on the style. I've actually never found this style from this brand before, and I recognize it, but it's always like the universal thread dupe. But these are actually the Free People ones. But these are like a day or say style, and they're pointed toe, leather, upper. I actually do pretty well with Free People shoes, so I was excited to find these. They do show some wear on them, but they're not worn at all. You can still see the Free People logo. These are a size 39, yeah. And I will say, I think Free People shoes are actually really well made. I do think they're really nice quality, so I do look for Free People shoes. Alright, these are fake, but I still grabbed them anyway. They're Tory Burch. These are like the Miller sandals, and they definitely are not real. They're definitely not a real leather. There's a couple reasons I know. One, the logo just like looks off. This like Tory Burch, it's not like deep enough, I feel like. Another reason is it has like a 40, and I think Tory Burch puts all their shoes in like US sizing, so like a 9, 8, 11, something like that. So they're not going to be in the European sizing, and they just don't feel high quality like other Tory Burch shoes, but they're in nice shape, and the buy sell trade store will actually probably still take these. Now, they're also very lightweight, and worst case, I could sell them in a garage sale or something, but yeah, I don't know. I'm surprised somebody else did grab them because they were in like an old bin, but the stitching looks nice, and obviously I couldn't tell, like if this was on a person, I couldn't tell they were fake, but just the feeling and just other indications. I sold Tory Burch. Tory Burch is one of the few brands for shoes that I know actually how to authenticate. It's Tory Burch and about Rothy's, and then that's pretty much it. So, I've never tried these before. I don't know how they'll do. They had them for $6 at Goodwill. Nobody paid that, but they're little kids, natives. So they're so lightweight. They probably cost me at $1.50 per pound. These only like weigh a few ounces, so paid maybe 50 cents for these or something. But I wouldn't have paid like $1.70 for them. But these did bring my cost of goods down, and hopefully I can get 15. I don't know how much people list these at, but they look to be a size 8, and I just have to wipe them down, but they look pretty good, so we'll see how those do. Speaking of Tory Burch, I did find these. These are the, I think, Riva foldable flats, but these are foldable. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't found teaks yet anywhere, and these remind me of teaks because they're like foldable and stuff. Very nice leather, and the condition on these is actually like decent. I do find Tory Burch at the bins, and sometimes it's literally trashed, but these do have some wear, but I can clean that up with my leather conditioner, no problem. These are also size 9, good size, and I do like the black on black. I just feel like that's very timeless, like a ballet flats. So apparently the Riva flat was out, but now it's back in. Like I went to Nordstrom, and I think Dillard's, and I saw this back there, but it's like with the new logo. This is the old logo. And you can kind of see the Tory Burch is a little bit different. It's like more like set in. But they do still have the logos on the bottom. I definitely look for logos on the bottom of Tory Burch shoes, but I don't think they have to have them, but I think most of them do. But the fake ones do have the logo, but I'm trying to see if I can compare the two for you guys. Like that way you can see how like this one, it just like looks different. I don't know. The just font is different, I think, is what it comes down to. But these are real. I'll probably see that 50. And the Free People, probably 45, 50. And then all the other stuff. And the Clark's 50. But then all the other, like, sandals and just stuff, 25. I found the single for this. And then I put it, if I find a single, again, I had an hour. So if I have a single, and I can stay a long time, I'm just gonna, like, wait and keep circling back. But if I'm on a time crunch, I put it at the top of my shopping cart so people can see my cart, see that's only a match. And I think that's what a lot of other people do, because I look around. I feel like each bins has a different bins culture. Again, I'm not really too familiar with this is only like my it's like my 5th time at the Nashville bins, which is kind of crazy because I've, lived here for a while now. But I'm definitely gonna go more often, but I just like look around and you kind of just like have to infer what people are doing, and then that's kind of just the way it goes. So I just put it on the top of my cart, and a lady came by and she goes, "Oh, I have the match for that," and I thought she might want to flip for it or something, but she just put it right next to the other one, which is very nice. That's the second time somebody's handed me a single. And if I see, there's sometimes where I see people, they're like holding one shoe and they're like looking for another. And if it's something like I don't want, I'll just like I'll like try to help them find it, and I'll like give it to them. So it's just kind of like looking out for each other, because a lot of us are looking for same things, but a lot of us are often looking for different things. But these are Kanas, which are sometimes sold at Anthropology. I missed a flaw on these. Last time I missed a sole coming up, and this time I did as well. But to be fair, it's kind of hard to see. Like it's like in there, and like I don't know. But these are size 9. These are sometimes sold at Anthropology. They have like one little spot there, but I might glue that down. But I don't have glue with me. Actually, I think my friend just got shoe glue, so I'll probably ask him to borrow it, because that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. At the bins, 3 brands I commonly see that I feel like everybody goes for: On Cloud, Hoka, Birkenstock. There's always somebody going for those brands. And I found a pair of Birkenstocks. I always see Birkenstocks. I leave a majority of the On Clouds, Birkenstocks, and Hokas that I find, not because don't like to sell them, because those are brands I do enjoy selling, because the condition is often very poor on those items, so I can't resell them because it's that bad. But these Birkenstocks do show wear pretty easily, but these are still in nice enough shape to resell. They have like all the cork. I look at the cork, obviously the soles. I mean, they just have a little bit of signs of use to them, but nothing bad. I also prefer for the size to be on there. There was 3 pairs of Noble men's sneakers, all from the same person, I'm assuming, because they look to be all the same size. They're all the same style, just different colors. I got one of them, and then 2 other people both got another, and I saw them, they like threw them back later. None of the 3 pairs had the size on them. Like the size you could see where it was and rubbed off, and had one of them had the size, they're all from the same person, so I could have just grabbed them all and been like, oh, like, but I was not measuring those, and the condition wasn't like fantastic by any means. Like they would have probably been like $25-$30 shoes. Well, if I had found 3 of those, that would have been really good and easy listing. But I hate selling shoes without the size. Hate it. So unless it's like a sandal where I can measure it pretty easily, or like, but like a sneaker is just harder, and I'm not good at guesstimating the sizes of shoes. But Birkenstocks, leather, very nice. I'll probably list these at $50. These are again $25, $20 sale. They're just Tory Burch, and these are just these ones are authentic, but these ones don't retail for much. They're like I pass on these pretty regularly at just like regular Goodwill stores. I don't know if I would have grabbed anything at like the actual Goodwill retail store besides the Tory Burch flats, and then the Free People shoes maybe if they were under $8, and then the Birkenstocks probably around $8 as well. But these I might have passed for like anything over 3, I'll just say. But especially if this footbed is worn down, like even though like you're not going to see that, I just feel like people like when it's a nice shape like that, and it does it's starting to wear down in some places, but nothing bad. Again, I don't think these have the size, but for a sandal, I can just measure it and it should be okay. These are probably like an 8, because sandals are way easier to measure than sneakers. I have sold some shoes without sizes before. Like I found a pair of Tom Ford sneakers and Brunello Cucinelli sneakers at my local Goodwill in Illinois. They didn't have the size on them, but I had like 4 different people try them on, and I determined they were size 11. I also included the measurement in my listing, and then I just kind of wrote that in the description. I was like, I don't have the size on these, but somebody who wears a size 11 says they fit perfectly. I was like, I also have the measurement in my listing if you want to want to compare to a shoe you have. And then they both sold on eBay for like over $200 each. Like that was such a great thrift trip, but they didn't get returned, so I guess I got the size right on those. But yeah, okay. I haven't picked up this brand in a while, not because it doesn't sell. It's just kind of like one of those brands I just don't get excited by, and I know like I leave things behind when I just don't feel like picking them up. But that's kind of one thing for me, is I just want to pick up stuff that I'm excited about. My time is limited and things like that. So, and I know I can make more money if I became less picky, or just kind of branched out more. But the thing is, like, I really don't care that much, and I know that sounds bad because I could definitely make more money if I, was willing to branch out and willing to just pick up stuff that I just wasn't excited by. But these are like okay. I mean, they're just Allegria, which I used to like selling. Same with like Allegria Dansko. I still sometimes pick up those brands, but not as much anymore. These are just in really nice shape. I could list these right now, and they'd be fine. I did the bend test, and their sole was good. I found another pair of like Dansko sandals that I liked, but I did the bend test, and they actually did not work. So they're size 42, which is a good size, but probably list these at, hopefully, I think a condition I might be able to get 30, but I did like to sell Allegri once upon a time, but they just, the last couple times I've sold them, they haven't done as well. Alright, these were kind of older, and I was hoping they'd be Freebirds, but they are not. They're Circle G, which I think is a Corral or Coral brand, but they're like fringe booties, probably $35 on those, and they are size 9. I'll probably list them at 50. I have sold this brand before, and it did okay, so, and I think the style's good. Like, people seem to like it, but they're nice shape. I mean, they're supposed to look like they're distressed. A couple more finds. These are Peloton shoes. Somebody threw these back, for sure. But they're size 39. They don't have the clips, which if you find the clips, they go for more. But like 5 years ago, you could have got like $100 for these. I know my neighbor found a pair. Before I was reselling, she got like $100 for hers. Nowadays, maybe like 25, 30. But they're cycling shoes, so they're nice shape. I mean, for your in-house bike. So I don't know why somebody would donate these besides the fact that, yeah, I don't know why. But I thought I'd try them out. I don't know what my plan B would be if they did not do well, but I'm sure that I think they will sell. I didn't check sell-through rate on those, which for sometimes like those things where I'm like, I know they used to do good like a long time ago, but I'm not sure they do now. I look up, if I'm being honest, I look most of my comps up on Poshmark, but if I'm like unsure of something, I'll like look up the sell-through rate on eBay, which is probably something I should have done for these, but I grabbed them, so can't do anything about that now. Alright, I was excited to find these actually. So this is the brand M Jemmy, which is a brand I actually do okay with, and these I saw the bottom and I was hoping they'd be Todd's, but I grabbed them. They're just a leather ballet flat. So something interesting about these was I found them like this. They're just like this, but like inside they had like literally like the ankle straps like that, and they did not fall out at the bin. I cannot believe they were still there. I don't know how they didn't fall out, because I'm not sure if it's something I would have noticed right away. I just feel like I would have thought that was like a heel loop. Now they are like adjustable, so I think it's one of those things that's like customizable, but the fact that it does have the ankle straps, definitely, I don't know if I would have noticed that, but I would have maybe picked them up without the ankle straps, even if I knew they were there, but they're size 40, made in Italy. After that, I made sure to Velcro them on because I don't want to lose them. But I just have to do slight cleanup to these, but nothing bad. So I'll list these maybe at 65, so that's a pretty good find. Alright, and then this is not my best find, but it's something that's, yeah, these are just Rothy's, and they were actually pretty old. They're just a classic black pointed toe. Yeah, I wish I found these a few years ago, but that's okay. They're so lightweight, so they definitely cost me under $1. For $1.70, I'm not going to pass on Rothy's, at least for me. I see some people posting on Instagram of them passing on Rothy's, but I'm not there yet. I'm still holding on. Honestly, the sneakers, the Rothy's sneakers, like the slip-on, not the like lace-up sneakers, but the actual like sneakers, they just like slip on, do not sell well for me. But the flats, and boots, I can actually still move pretty quickly. Not for a ton, like maybe $40 to $50, but these ones aren't the best colorway. They're just black, so probably around 35 for these, but they're size 8.5, so they'll fit a size 8, so that's another good size to sell. And again, like a little bit of wear, but nothing too bad. I will throw these in the wash. I will say I need to make sure when I put them in the wash, I am on it, because some people, like, they try to be nice, and after, it's a little bit of a competition to the laundry room, and if you're not there right away, people will either, like, they'll take out your clothes when even, like, if you're, like, 30 seconds late, they'll take your clothes out, and some people, like, put it in the dryer. So I've had some of my stuff, like, I like to air dry all my clothing. I've had some of my stuff go through the dryer, which, like, I was like, I get it because I wasn't there right away, but I'm like, but some people like they'll take your stuff out and they'll put their stuff in, but then they'll set your stuff on top. I prefer that just because I don't want some of my stuff going through the dryer. But for stuff I know that might shrink, like Rothy's, you cannot dry Rothy's. You have to, they're machine washable, but you have to air dry them. So you have to wash them on cold and air dry them. Like something like that, well, I will make sure I am there so it does not go through the dryer. I haven't had anything shrink, but I just don't like to use the dryer. But that was an exciting find, Rothy's. So I think that's my first pair of 2025. I don't know, but all right, this was my best find, I think. These are just a pair of wooden clogs, and these were, I think, the very last pair of shoes I found before I started checking throwbacks. So I'm trying to think of what was throwbacks that, I think it was just the Peloton shoes that were throwbacks. And then I finally found the match for the Olukai. I threw it back, and then I kind of was leaving, and I saw the match, so I had to go back and get it, whatever. These are number 6 clogs. They are wear in good health, and they're handmade by Sven. So, yeah. Anytime a shoe says handmade, I'm definitely gonna look it up. And honestly, I feel like a lot of the time, if something says handmade and their shoes, I feel like a lot of the times, like, I don't see it often, but that's a very good sign of, like, quality. These are leather clogs. Anything with like let's say clog with a genuine wood base with a leather like straps and stuff sells well for me. I've sold like unbranded ones before. Now I prefer them to have a brand. They're size 39. So, but this brand is very, very good. Some of them sell for over $100, some of them sell for $50, but I'm expecting to hopefully list these maybe around 70, 75. But I need to look up this exact style, but definitely still wanted to get them because these are in very nice shape. These are something I would have picked up for $10, like normal Goodwill racks. But yeah, so I think that's everything. So I guess my final thing is I'm very tired. I will say, like, I'm a little bit more busy today than I thought I would be. But going for an hour, I do think it was worth my time. 16 items in 1 hour is pretty good. I got 17.20 pounds. So yeah, that was definitely worth my time and everything like that. I should make like a couple, I think like maybe a couple $100 on this haul. So for an hour, obviously I'm gonna probably, I was pretty picky. I don't really like to clean shoes that much. I don't really like, yeah. So shoes are my favorite thing to sell, but I really enjoy like looking through shoe bins. I just think like they're easier. So, yeah. So I'm excited. But let me know your favorite find. Mine was definitely the clogs, and then I feel like the black Tory Burch Reba flats are also pretty nice, and hopefully those Clarks do well. But I also hate shipping those, so I don't like to tell because I left a pair of Hunter boots behind because the condition wasn't great, and I don't like to ship those, and they're pretty heavy. So, but yeah. So let me know your favorite piece. If you have any questions, leave them below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.